Right. La la.
Streaming now. Streaming
Yippee.
now. Music on. Notes up. Everything's working. Cool.
Bam.
Cool. All right, let's just jump right in. I don't know if you guys read the little what you know thing. It's okay if you didn't, I put it there because it was confusing. But so, right, last time you guys learned that you were a group sent from Melwyn's Vale to ascertain the reason for distress signals coming out of Loch Varn. You learned this in a kind of backwards way as you realize you are hallucinating in some form. You started in the Magentis ruins in the middle of battle with some shadowy figures. Didn't remember your names, who you were, why you were there. Had some familiarity with the people around you. Liam tried to save a man's life that Ian tried. I forgot your fucking name. I was like, what is Exaltiver's character's name? That Ian killed by shooting an arrow right into his jugular and unable to save him. Moving on from there, you came across 3 weary men camped out in the middle of the rubble in these ruins. One of them was an elderly man. They seemed to know you. You did not know them. They tasked you with finding an exit and gave you a map. As you continued on, you discovered a laboratory of sorts in the ruins with these massive great vats that ended up having killer plant creatures hanging out on the inside of them, pulling Ian up and almost eating him alive. From there, you did discover... What did we find here? An activity report talking about what was kind of going on here, written by a man named Wurzel. Don't know much else about him, but came to the conclusion that something was being refined in this laboratory by the Magentis sometime about 50 years ago. It has been abandoned since then. You were then attacked by massive centipedes. Liam lost his life, and you awoke to understand you all had a shared nightmare. Moving on from there, you went down to Varn's village, where, again, people seemed to know you, and you had not recalled ever being there. Met with the Damathair there, and they explained that they would go back to the ruins as they were concerned for a warrior named Jiren, who some of you recalled, some of you did not, being with you. Everything is confusing and hazy. You bed down for the night, where Liam had a nightmare about his brother Terrent, who was confirmed through that nightmare to be the marauder in the ruins that Liam attempted to save. And through that nightmare, Terrent returned a little puzzle that you had picked up in the ruins. Liam waking up from the nightmare. Ian stayed awake for the most part, not able to sleep. And I believe that is where we start, with Liam awaking from this nightmare, holding this parchment with some runes or ciphers on it, and Ian noticing that happening.
Did you see anybody go anywhere? I'm just gonna be like looking around to see if there's anybody trying to escape the tent.
No, I didn't. Are you okay?
I'm going to examine what's in my hands.
Okay, you take a closer look at this little cipher here. Give me a erudition roll or a magence roll, one of the two.
Erudition.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just because it's been a minute. How many dice do I...
You roll a d10, just one d10 plus your erudition.
Okay. Diane is good. 10 plus 9, 19.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Damn.
You can fucking
Good
read.
first roll. I love reading.
See what's coming for us all.
As you kind of look at the words the Savelli's passion and you remember you've heard this story before. Anybody that kind of knows anything about Magians above the average person, which Liam would, you know that it refers to the Savellis, a couple who were obsessed with rowing the still waters on Varn's Lake and are said to have spoken the earliest principles of Magians in a small boat. They are essentially the founders of Magians through kind of a folk tale. The second note on there, the formula, is I'll take a travel roll, and I would say everybody can be awake now if they would like, if you want to attempt to figure the rest of this out together. But with the erudition roll, you understand what the Savelli's passion is referring to.
So travel roll, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna wave everybody over and kind of show everybody the papers and explain what I know about it.
Yes. You could take a travel roll. I'll also take...
It's for travel.
I got an 18.
an 18.
Ooh.
Holy moly. Yeah.
I have a bonus of 10, so...
That's right. You
Nice.
are Aragorn.
I rolled a nat 10 too.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Only
think
for
Yeah.
both of
13,
you kind of glance over this and understand that they are actually coordinates. And as you share the story of the Savellis and understand that a part of that folktale discusses them doing rituals through song at the central islet out on Varn's Lake itself. And as you kind of look at what are actually coordinates, Ildian, you understand that this is just telling you to go to the central islet, or that's at least what these coordinates would be referring to with the Savelli's passion story, putting the two together.
I believe these are coordinates. They're telling us to go to the... Did you call it an isle?
Islet.
It's
It's like a little teeny island in the center of a lake.
They're telling us to go to the islet. Does anyone remember those tales?
I don't
Hey,
really know the tales, but I do agree on the coordinate thing. But
Where did you get
I don't know.
this? Because it's bloody,
I-
right? Yeah, okay, so I'm like noticing like the blood on it, and I'm like, are you okay?
I'm just gonna like feel my chest to see if like anything is coming from me. Do I seem to be the source of the blood?
You do not seem to be the source of the blood.
I seem to be okay. I just woke up and this was in my hand. I had a nightmare. Maybe that was a sign.
I did notice you tossing and turning, but like you just kind of woke up with that in your hand.
Yeah.
What was your
Just-
nightmare?
I dreamt about my brother. It's been a very long time. And the last time I saw him and remembered him and didn't remember him, it's all just a lot right now. But maybe this is from my brother. Out of character, is there anything that I remember last from my brother in any context? Like, beyond the dream?
Yes, you remember him when you were younger. He was a good big brother to you. You also remember him leaving when he would have been around 16 years old, and you haven't seen him since. And I would say it's certainly been quite some time, because I think you're 20 years old, so several years since you've seen your brother. But you remember him from childhood and being a good big brother.
Troubled. So I remember him being restless. Um, if this is from my brother, and I don't know what all he's been mixed up, but maybe this is him trying to get us to figure out what's going on. Whatever is next is on this piece of paper.
Okay.
What time is it right now? Yeah.
Early morning, like the sun's just coming up.
Honestly, at this point, I feel like anywhere is better than here. I'm starting to get the creeps.
Agreed.
With Ian staying up all night,
Mm-hmm.
what would I know of Irvin, or what would I have recognized?
Of
Like, did Irvin
right.
just
Of Irvin, yeah.
disappear?
At some point, you would have seen Irvin get up and walk out of the tent. Not so late that it was concerning, but then never returned. That's Irvin has
That
disappeared.
is concerning.
So,
He's just on walkabout.
yeah, I would say maybe like that Ian, he's really perturbed by oh, everyone else remembers us, not, but they don't remember him now, and his paranoia is starting to get into like he's just before the syndrome point, like he's in the symptoms stage, so he's actually gonna start like freaking out a little bit. As is Irvin alive? Is he here? Was he not? So do, do you guys remember Irvin? Is my mind playing tricks on me? Is he? I don't see him, and I don't know what's going on exactly.
I'll take perception
Yeah, where-
checks.
Yeah.
From all of us.
Yeah, from anybody.
14.
17.
17.
Sorry, what's the roll for?
38.
With Ian bringing up that Irvin has gone missing.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I meant like the domain or the discipline.
Oh, sorry. Perception.
Oh. 10.
Okay, we'll go with Liam's 17. Kind of standing up and looking around the tent and the area where you guys had bed down for the night. You see leaning up against like a shack not too far off is Irvin's sword and shield, but no Irvin.
But at this point, we all still remember him, right?
You all still remember him.
Okay, okay.
His name rings a bell. I feel like there was someone else with us.
Oh no, it's happening again.
Liam doesn't know if that was a
We all
joke or not.
remember.
Liam doesn't what?
Liam's just pacing back and forth. At least Liam doesn't know if that was a joke or not, and he's just going to be pacing back and forth thinking about that. I'm not sure if he should ask.
Oh no.
Great.
This is him looking at you like,
I'm like, what's going on with you? Did you see? And you told us, right, that you saw him leave? Or did you just ask us if we... Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see what direction he went in?
I mean, he went out of the tent, and then I don't know, it was a bit dark. and I think I was nodding off. I wasn't sure if I actually saw it or not. But I don't know. So much weird things have been going on last couple days. I don't know what's real or not. Honestly.
You can say that again. Ugh.
I don't know. If we can't find him, I don't know. Just we just really want to get. I just really want to know what's going on.
Well, if we're planning on pursuing this very strange occurrence with Liam waking up with this in their hand, maybe we should go look for a boat to go to this islet, and hopefully we'll find Irvin along the way.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe he just went ahead.
Yeah.
Possible.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I know that he was a bit troubled last night. I was deep in prayer when I found him last. Maybe he's out meditating.
Yeah.
Or looking for his other compatriots that he misplaced.
Yeah, wasn't it Jiren or something?
Jaber was, yes.
Jaber.
Jaber. Another situation where a few of you recall Irvin being with him, and Irvin actually had only recalled being alone when you guys met.
Jaber, right?
Jaber, yeah. So,
Yep.
easy enough to find a boat. You are, I mean, the lake touches the village that you're in. So come across a little rowboat and make your way out to this little island out here. Stepping off, it is quaint, small, and in the center of it, you see a grave marker.
To see if I can read any etchings on it. If there's any markers.
Yeah. As you approach, I'll take perception checks from everybody again. Sorry. Stop.
10.
10.
14.
14.
12.
12.
13.
13. Approaching the grave marker here, you do see it just says it's a long, as you approach, like stone casket, and it does just say Savelli on it, and it's wider than it would be for one person. It seems like there could be two people here.
I think we found them. The Savellis.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They were a couple. I would imagine two.
Would you want to be buried with your spouse?
But why here and not closer to town? Why so far away?
I will.
They seem to have. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll also take natural environment from anybody if they have that and would like to roll it.
Oh, I do.
I mean,
I'm
if
getting ready to roll. I'm
you
like,
can
oh.
roll otherwise if you just have no bonus if you don't have it.
I got a 7.
15.
7.
I got a 9.
Did I hear 16?
15.
15. 1 5.
15. Okay, Arvin. Looking around, you kind of inspect the different sides of this stone casket, and you see somewhat behind it, like where the head of it would be, just beyond, you see like the earth near it has been recently disturbed.
Does this casket look like we could open it?
It does. It has like a thick stone lid, like maybe you could push it. It would require quite a bit of strength.
Right.
I'm gonna help out with whatever it is you want to do with my weak little gardener hands.
Yeah, because it being on the islet, it seems strange being out here in the middle of the lake and not like in a graveyard. and I'd like to see if its contents are what they appear to be from the outside. So if anybody would like to help me push the lid open, that would be wonderful.
Yes, and I was thinking, from what I was interpreting from the letter, I think that they seem to have some kind of, like, feel some kind of connection with the the river and the lake here that almost seems like they're a part of it. And maybe this is just their kind of final way of putting themselves in connection with this land. I don't know. That's just
That
a
makes sense.
yeah, I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
I'll help as well.
At least I'm gonna try.
I'll take from anybody that's going to try to push that off feats rolls from everybody. That's helping
Okay,
anyway.
well, one.
Oh, little Liam.
18.
Damn.
I have
They're
plus
pushing and I
9.
just
14.
fall forward.
Ildian, sorry, you got a what?
14.
14. Ian, are you helping or no?
No.
No.
Back.
He's scared.
If I feel comfortable with looking in the inside of a casket.
Okay.
We're just looking. We're not necessarily touching.
The three of you
True.
push. It is heavy, and you hear the stone move against stone. You're able to get just kind of a corner as like Ildian and Arvin are up there in one corner, and Liam's back like, I'm helping. You can get like a corner enough open where you can stick one hand in, but it's dark in there and you can't. That's what you get.
Okay, maybe don't put just your hand in.
Do we have anything that we can use? Like, do we have any like little torches or anything like that? Oh, I have my
Like
lantern,
a pry bar.
my nebula or whatever. Can I try seeing how much I can light up to see if I can see inside what we managed to push open?
Yeah, sticking that lantern like kind of down that hole will give you maybe 6 to 8 inches of room to try to peek down there.
Okay.
So if you can hold the lantern, are you also looking or is somebody else looking?
I mean,
Naturally, Scooby-Doo style.
okay.
One light and everybody has one eye kind of peeking through.
Okay.
We're all doing our best.
I'll take
Yeah.
perception.
I'll hold it.
Okay, you'll hold it. Whoever's looking, I'll take
Wait, who has the best perception bonus?
How are your eyeballs doing?
Ian is not looking in that casket.
Yeah,
I have
no,
plus
he's.
5.
Nope. What I will be doing is looking around and making sure that there's nothing.
If we don't notice
Whatever.
anything, can I take a look after?
Yes.
Just for
Yep.
Okay.
I
I'm
got
gonna
a 12.
take a look.
12.
Ooh. 17.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Arvin, you look in there and like Liam just kind of pushes his head in. You see, and it's all kind of illuminated this muted blue color because that is the color of the lantern that Ildian has. And you see that there's a hole, it appears, at the head. You don't see any bones or bodies in here. You see kind of a hole in this, the talk of this brown earth phenomenon of this like rotted soil and other things is kind of seeped throughout the inside. And then laying kind of in the center are like 2 envelopes.
Can we reach the envelopes?
You could. If you reach your hand in there, you could.
Okay.
Okay.
You reach in?
Do I need to roll for that? Yeah.
No, you don't need to roll to reach your
Oh.
hand in there.
Okay.
Okay.
We never know.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
kind of
snatch
like
those envelopes.
stick in. You have to go like up to your shoulder to get in there and kind of feel around.
Okay.
And you touch some of that brown earth and it's gooey and kind of move past it and release the envelopes from it, and you have 2 envelopes in your hands. Easy.
Easy.
Good call to look inside.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I will open the envelopes and see what's in there.
The first thing you pull out is a map.
Huzzah!
A new location.
On this map, you see the whole area of where you guys have traveled from. Up north at the Ingard of Doag's Pass is where you essentially started in the story, where you met Irvin and came across the temples of the Register and the letter's captain. You did not travel to St. Nylene's. Did you guys go to... I don't think you guys went here, to St. Nylene's Chapel. That is okay. You see all the way down here at 6 is the Magentus Ruins, where you started, how the session started. And then you are out here on Varn's Lake on that little central island. That is where you currently are, Varn's Village. And you see something that marks Gluta's Sanctuary. Now, through some of the documents you have uncovered, you know that the Demorthan of Varn's Village believes that all this brown earth phenomenon, the reason for people disappearing, the giant centipedes, all that shit is because of a curse related to Gluta, which I can take erudition or magent's rolls from anybody to see if they know anything about Gluta.
13 for erudition.
I don't know nothing.
I got 11. Erudition is.
Eight plus 9. Can't think right now.
17.
8 plus 9, 17. Again, our
That one.
reader.
Thank you.
You would have, especially being well versed in Demorthan mysteries as well. Gluta is somewhat of an evil figure from old folk tale, more passed through by verbal histories versus written. But it talks of like some type of like swamp creature. Not like anything. It's truly more of like a scary story that you tell kids when you put them to bed, kind of thing.
Like the boogie.
At least
Boogeyman.
that's kind of how
Yeah.
you had heard of it before. But in relation to at least hearing some of what in Varn's Village here, I would say you maybe would have overheard some discussions when you all were meeting with like the Damathair and seeing Daor and the Demorthan there, that he is tying this curse of brown earth to Gluta somehow, but you don't know how. Just hearing like, oh, curse, swamp creature, saying like this is the reason for the problems here. The other...
That it was a swamp creature? And we're stuck in the middle of a lake? Oh. Can we please
Lake
hurry?
and swamp aren't the same thing. It's okay.
Don't
Yeah.
put that on me. Is a lake a swamp technically?
No.
Good.
I don't think so.
That's what I want to hear. Thank you.
Anytime.
Other envelope contains more documents written by Vertsal. Here's the first one.
I know that name.
This is Vertsal's report dated 857, still around 50 years ago. Unfortunately, the war has spread to Tael Care. It is very likely that the greatest threat does not come from the armies of Gwydri, but from the obscurantism of Lochvarn's Demorthan. I suspect that he wishes to eliminate us. His threats were not followed by acts, but we must not take them lightly. He cannot stand that the fossil flux we have discovered may be at the origin of what he considers to be a manifestation of the spirit Gluta. At any rate, we are not safe here any longer. We are currently leading very complex research, and it would be a pity and even a danger if we had to suddenly halt them. This is why we're asking for important reinforcements to ensure our protection. I hope to receive your support very quickly. And again, this is going back to Rays, where the Magentas kind of operate mostly, and there is the struggle between the Magentas and the Demorthan. It's essentially technology versus nature, these two different factions.
Oh, right, because the Demorthan are like druids, right?
Yeah, right.
They're more harmonious. Okay.
The other document you find is a continuation of the very first one you found from Verital, and I am giving it to you guys completed. I'll read it again. The fossil element shows entirely new properties in contact with plants. We were already aware of the weed-killing effects of this matter, but it displayed an amazing reaction. At the direct contact of fossil flux samples, the plants shrivel, rot, but do not die. On the contrary, after an incubation time, they start developing and growing. This would explain, in great part, the brown earth described by Loch Varn's Demorthan, which they attribute to spirits of nature. Such a clue indicates that there must be other pockets of fossil flux, and that our discovery was but a fragment of these. Even if it is impossible for the local Demorthan, it may well be that uncovering and draining these pockets would make the effects of this brown pestilence disappear. Going to get more water real quick.
Okay, thank you. I was just gonna say, can I take a minute to actually read through all of this?
Digest away.
Take a minute to process.
Yeah, like
Something that I'm afraid of is that what if the mages somehow found this mythical Gluta and contained him in some way, or it somehow captured the spirit and is using it to produce these things. But obviously, anything supernatural, you can't put it in a box and not suffer consequences. Maybe it started creating these abominations as a self-protection of a way of life. And now they're kind of walking among us, these signs that something's wrong in nature. Just a thought.
I like the thought.
No, I agree.
Because I'm
I'm
worried that we will have
curious.
to go back to the ruins. What if he's in there?
Yeah. I'm curious as to why this crypt appears empty except for these missives. And you said there was a hole?
Yeah, like at the bottom.
That
And it had like
That's
the,
what I
the
was
brown
thinking.
earth seeping out of it, and like the envelopes were like stuck in it.
So is it like just a hole full of the brown earth coming up, or is it a hole that's like secret passage
Down.
leading down?
It looks
Yeah.
like a hole that would be long enough or wide enough for a hand to stick out of.
Oh, okay.
Or
okay.
in.
Small hole, gotcha.
Or
Well,
like
just when
a
you
sentient
first said
vine.
hole, I was like, secret passage.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah.
What if the I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. What were they called? The Civellis. What if the Civellis were a manifestation of Uta? They said that they had a connection to the land. Maybe they're here to protect the earth, and when they died, then they became brown earth again. I don't know.
I feel like that's very
Anything.
big brain.
Honestly,
Thank you so much.
at these points, I like anything that you guys are spitballing, because I'm still trying to like take everything in.
Yeah.
All I know is I'd like to get off this island. Where's our next spot to go? Do we head to the ruins? Or the sanctuary?
Let's go see if we can talk to Gluta.
maybe it's a sanctuary. If Buddha is there, then that will be a great first step. And if he isn't there, then we know exactly where to go next.
I'd
Do
like
any of
the
us
spirit, but not bad. So I'm down for that.
have any particular affinity for nature, or I can't remember.
Natural environment would give you that.
I do not, but
But-
my grandma was a Demorthan, right?
And Liam would probably have quite a bit. But Arvin, you have a natural environment, so I would say you do.
Yeah. I'm just
Natural
wondering if
environment is
there's
You're
an
our
low,
you're
but
our soldier.
evil nature spirit that
May or may not
go
be
get him.
tied to a curse here.
May or may not. Yes, indeed. Okay. Where?
I'm down to go to the sanctuary. The ruins scare me. That dream was terrifying.
Yeah.
I agree, especially because Liam died in those nightmares, and I don't know what that means, but I don't
That
really
was
want to find out
horrifying.
yet.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm the one most of all that doesn't want him back, but if we don't find him at these ruins or at a sanctuary, we know exactly what we need to do.
Yeah. How does
Unfortunately, you're
Ian
right.
feel?
All right. Moving on.
Do we?
Mhm.
So while we're still on this islet, real quick, if I look around, is there anything else besides this headstone of significance that we would see? Like anything like on the ground scattered around, or any other plant life, or anything?
Mhm.
Yeah, give me one final perception check here.
Jewels and trinkets.
Jewels and trinkets. Give me
Jewels
gold
and
16.
trinkets.
in this
16.
one shot. 16.
And
18.
I want 100 gold.
Arvin and Ildian, I think, being the closer of the party members, you guys kind of do one last quick search around together. As you do so, Arvin, you're kind of looking at the base of the casket, Ildian around. Very suddenly, you feel something tight around your ankle, Ildian. And you look down and see the same kind of creeper, like plant creeper, that pulled Ian up into the vats is sticking out of the ground and yanks you downwards.
Oh. I'm gonna lunge forward and just like try and make sure that you don't go underground.
So I'm right
Can
next
I
to
like
her, correct?
reach for one of my daggers or something and try and like?
Yeah, give me a feats roll. So you reach for a dagger.
I think Ian also, because he was kind of being the lookout, he would
True.
instantly be
On
pulling that bow back and ready to fire
14.
anything that he can.
14. You pull out your dagger, Ildian, and take a couple stabs at this creeper vine. It's thick. It's like, you know, the Jumanji vines that take over the house. That shit
Yeah.
scared the fuck out of me as a
That's what I
kid.
pictured.
That's
yeah, me
what
too.
you're dealing
Oh.
with.
So
But
I'm
you
right
were there
next to her
stabbing.
while we're looking around.
Yes.
Am I close to her while we were looking? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember from the dream that the plants didn't seem to appreciate fire very much, and I'm gonna light a torch and try to, if I can, like,
Okay.
and try to singe it.
Okay, you light a torch. Liam, you were grabbing onto Ildian?
Stranger
I was just gonna
things.
grab like
Perfect
an
timing.
arm or
An
something.
arm. Okay, you're hanging on. Give me a feats roll, Liam.
And if I see any exposed spot, maybe further up the vine, so that I'm not shooting in their direction,
Yeah.
I'll take a shot if it's comes up.
I'll take an attack roll. I'll take your feats roll.
9.
9. And
I'm just sitting here stabbing.
Arvin, it doesn't require a roll to light your torch and swing it. Are you doing anything else other than that?
I would also reach for Ildian
Okay.
to try to grab her
You
so that
grab
she doesn't
the
come there.
other arm. So we got Liam and Arvin pulling on Ildian. Ian in the back shooting. What'd you get?
15.
15. Okay. You sink an arrow into the back of it. Ildian, please give me a feats roll and a mental resistance roll.
Ooh.
One at a time, right?
One at a time. We'll do feats first.
Okay.
The result of this may lower or higher the mental resistance.
13.
13. Okay, give me a mental resistance roll.
Oh no.
Do I need to do a feats roll for
Yeah.
holding on to her?
I'll take one.
Okay, mental resistance. If my mental resistance is 6, I add that, right, to my roll?
I gotta remember. Sorry, I don't have your character sheet up.
I know this is what I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's how the numbers on here work, but
Oh, yes, sorry. Yep.
yes, okay. 11.
11. What'd you get?
I got an 18 on my feats.
Whew! Okay. These vines are strong, and you start to get pulled down into the ground, Ildian. You're up to your knees in the ground. Arvin, you are pulling her as best you can, and as it continues to sink her down, you start getting pulled down with. As that happens, the rest of you...
besties stick together.
The rest of you feel...
You guys just lose us both right now.
The rest of you feel vines at your ankles, and you all begin to get sucked into the ground as your minds start to get extremely confusing and hazy once more. You don't feel any pain for a moment, and it's like you are plopped right back into the start of the game. And you see yourselves in the ruins. It's like you are watching yourselves. You are all standing there, and you see Arvin getting ready. Ildian, you running to the back to try and smash this door. Arvin taking after you. Ian and Irvin trying to fend off the attackers. Shooting the one. Liam running over to try and save his life and ultimately fails. And
is Liam realizing in this moment that that was their brother?
As we watch this other version of Liam try to bandage this massive wound in his throat, it's like you are all in your bodies. And you are back. At that moment.
What?
Okay.
We watched
we
it
still
for
have
a
our
minute, and
memories?
then now we're in it? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
As you stand there for a second and get your wits about you, you remember who you are. You remember your names. You remember your initial start to this journey. You do not see any attackers or marauders active. You see like a day or two old body on the floor that has a bandage on it that was attempted. It's quiet.
I wish my webcam was working. Oh my God.
Me too. I wish I saw your face. I can hear you. As you stand there, you see the door behind you where Ildian and Arvin initially broke through is standing wide open. It's quiet in here.
What sort of hell are we in?
Hello.
Hello. Some stone you hear falling somewhere. It's quiet.
Was this area? This was out in the open, basically, just in the rubble, right?
This
like there
was
sky above, right?
There, yeah. Well, there was like ceiling above, but like cracked ceiling up there.
So we didn't want to go back to the ruins, and we're back at the ruins. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. You stand here again. It's quiet. It is daytime this time, so the cracked areas of the ruins here are actually shining light through. It's if it wasn't, the fact that there's some dead bodies around and everything, it actually might be quite pleasant.
Are we in the labyrinth section of the ruins?
You would assume that's where you are, yes.
That happened to everyone, right? That wasn't just me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Have
don't understand.
I have a really bad idea.
I feel like
What's
I'm
the
going
really bad
crazy,
idea?
but I'd love to hear your idea.
The last time we found ourselves here, it wasn't real. It was in our minds while we slept. We just got yanked by some vines, and it put us back here. The last time we got out of here, it took Liam dying to snap us out of it.
I'm slowly walking backwards away from you.
Are you
I'm not saying
one
Liam
of us
has to die.
one of us has to die to get taken
Yeah.
out?
I mean, like I said, it's a bad idea.
Well,
I'm
Sandra,
willing
Why
to
does it have to be one of
sacrifice
us?
myself.
Oh, so now is there like all of our memory kind of back now? Like now do we remember each other? Like I remember this is my best friend now.
Yeah.
It's not
You,
foggy? Okay.
compared to the last time you were here, where it felt out of body, you feel very in your body. You have your full memory, full wits about you. I mean, and aside from any trauma or hardening points, those still obviously exist. And it's confusing and terrifying, but you don't feel confused anymore, by way of like how your body felt and things occurring to you. You're no longer as disoriented.
I and I see what you're trying to say, but I don't think that is a good plan. I think we just try to get out of here. Let's just try and find a way out.
To what end, though?
Honestly.
Because if we were pulled underground by those vines, our bodies are being in the real existence.
But what
We're
what is real?
vulnerable.
How do you know that we're not real?
I'm gonna like pinch myself.
What is
No, I'm
That's
gonna
like
walk over. I'm gonna walk over and pinch
boop
Ian.
Ian's nose.
I just say, damn, that's it.
Ow.
That's a very interesting thought.
I
Um,
trust you, Arwen, and you know I was the one to volunteer to try this, but I do feel maybe we try something before we reach that in case I would not come back.
Do we remember what happened last time we were here with all the centipedes and stuff? Let's try to avoid that this time if we're gonna try to figure something out here.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe there's
I don't
another
think Liam
way.
wants to vomit centipedes again.
Last time we moved backwards, maybe we move forwards?
Okay.
Yeah, since there's no
Um,
imminent threat
can we
that we're
see on
running
the other
from.
side? What's on the other side? Because we ran through a big door one way. What's on the other side where the attackers were?
Yeah. As you there's a lot of like piles of rubble around here. You look around, you see there's some stairs that lead up to like a broken balcony that doesn't lead anywhere, but they were using that as a vantage point. And you see an open like stone archway with the hallway beyond it.
Maybe
Let's go that way.
maybe let's try a different way than last time. We know how it turned out last time.
And watch for bugs and plants.
Oh, yes, good idea.
Okay. As you move through, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary. You hear your footsteps echoing in these large halls as you kind of come up to this hallway up here. I'll take perception checks from anybody that would like to give one.
Anytime you ask that, you know I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
well,
it.
you know, every once in a while somebody's like, fuck no, I don't want to do that for whatever reason.
14. 14
Okay.
for me.
14,
17.
17.
I got a natural 10.
Nice.
Nice.
That doesn't mean anything here, though, but that's so cool.
It is cool.
As you kind of step through this hallway, again, it's somewhat dark through here. There's no windows as you walk through, but as you continue forward, you do see some 50, 100 yards ahead of you, it opens up into a larger room, and you see a tent with a campfire with one figure sitting near the campfire.
Figure sitting at the campfire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
I mean, I'll
ready my
approach.
weapons and slowly walk behind Arwen.
I think we have him a bit outnumbered. Let's go up and see what
Agreed.
The camp.
he has to say.
Okay.
Hello.
As you say hello, he jumps to his feet and says, "Oh, you have to... Jiren, he's gone mad. He's taken the old man."
Jiren.
What?
That's who we're looking for.
Jiren's here?
I would like... What role do I want for this?
The old man, is that Diorn or... Diorn.
You know what? I'm not going to make you roll for it because you just said it. Yes. As you hear the name Jiren, you're like, wait. And you remember the first time you came across a camp in these ruins. There was 2 soldiers and an old man. As you understand...
Yeah, backwards. Oh my gosh.
Backwards. Do you know how hard it's been for me to keep this in my head? Anyway, as you say that, you understand because you remember him holding like a necklace and being some creepy
Yeah, he
like
had the
old
amulet.
man. Yeah, that was
We also saw him at the
Daorn.
village, didn't he? And he said he was
Yes.
gonna come here with us? Right, okay.
Correct. And then there were 2 warriors that you at the time did not have their names of in the hallucination version of this. You understand now that there was one soldier who was just like out of it, and that's the soldier you're talking to now, and you understand that it was Jiren, Daorn, and then just this warrior that was with them as well. And he says that Jiren has gone mad and took the old man.
Where'd I go?
Do you know where you went?
To some ruins somewhere just north of here. Something about showing him the truth, making him pay for what he's done.
Wasn't the sanctuary north of here on that map?
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking. Looks like we're gonna end up there anyway. If we can ever
Yeah.
finally find our way out of here this time.
The entrance, is it just, or the exit, I guess, is it just that way? And point towards the way that they were heading already.
You point, goes, yes, of course the exit's over there.
Sorry, our memory's a little fuzzy. Okay,
I think he's gonna kill him.
well, if this goes badly for us, you should probably go back to the village and try and get some help.
Okay. You look much better off than me, and you see it's just kind of like in rags. He is happy to have come across you and you giving him permission to get the fuck out of here.
Perfect. I have a little bit of food here. Take some.
Scarfs
safe.
it down. Thank you. He walks over to his pack and just kind of starts packing up. And, yeah, where to?
Right. That's as much as I hate this. Let's go to the sanctuary.
we know how to even get we know how to get out of here?
Yes, you do.
We do have a
Okay.
map.
You know how to get out of here. The exit is not far from where you're standing. It's just kind of turning around a corner and it all opens up into the wilderness. As you guys exit and kind of step away and stand back from the ruins, you see just beautiful green hills abound, and massive stone structures. You gather this was a massive factory at some point in the past, and the war affected it in some way since then, about 50 years ago.
It was for collecting flux, wasn't it? Because we found the vat room last time.
Yes, especially after getting
Yeah.
all the information from this whoever Versal is, you still don't know. You can put together that they were here collecting fossil flux, which is one of the most difficult kinds to collect. Taking it, it would then be refined in these vats and pushed forward through those pipes and used for who knows what from there, whatever, arcane science that the Magentas would have been using it for. It's definitely what it was for.
Above table,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can't give this away for us, but I'm just wondering with the whole like science versus nature, is one side necessarily bad? Or are they both just misunderstood?
I mean, you would have, just being a character that you are in this world, have a little bit of knowledge about this, and it is there isn't necessarily a good or bad, like in the same way in the real world. There are probably bad Magentas and there are probably good Magentas. In the same way there are good Demorthans and bad Demorthans. However, Demorthans are certainly more, like, I say druids, but there is something divine to their culture, and that
Okay.
is more holy and faith-based in some ways.
Okay.
To
Thank you
me,
for
in
clarifying.
my history,
Mm.
they are evil and they need to be like wiped off the face of the planet
Yeah.
because they just touch everything and it just destroys everything.
Yeah. So to a lot of Demorthans, that is how they view, and that is why the war even, well, partially why in some of these documents it talks about the war between the Razites and Demorthans and some other factions that I'm not going to get into because it's a whole fucking thing. But yeah. Faith wars. Cool. Culture wars. Yeah. Whole thing.
Yay.
Okay. You have exited the ruins. You are heading to Gluda's Sanctuary. I will take a travel roll on your way there.
Ooh. That's like one of my best bonuses. Can't not.
5. I wasn't paying attention.
5.
Oh, can I say that during my travels, like as somebody a little bit more like knows at least a little, I don't know, like the land, like what it is that's might be like a good way of showing deference to a spirit. Are there any like plants that I can find along the way that might something that I could
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like give or burn or something like that to kind of show
Sure.
respect.
Yeah, I will take. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want?
A looking around roll.
Perception will work, or natural environment, or I'll take those two. Up to you.
17. I want to
Nice.
show that because I keep
Woo!
getting
You keep getting
17.
17s. Yeah, you look around, you see what you can gather, like some root plants, tubes around here. You also find some little just like wildflowers that have not been affected by the brown earth. Very few items as you continue to make your way closer and closer to Gluta Sanctuary. You see the brown earth continues to grow and is much more prominent along this path. But I would say some root plants and a couple of little wildflowers.
I just start to like leave them together, right, or whatever. I'll just give people kind of some like little flower crowns too on the way over. Uh,
Okay.
I'll place it on your head, Eldian.
Aw,
Oh,
that's cute.
thank you. That's very kind.
Right.
I'm kind of like blushing a little bit, but I'm also a bit cynical, so I'm somewhere in between there.
All right. As you continue through, you see that the land does turn into a swampy environment. Not enough to sink you. You find pathways easy enough, and it just grows quieter and quieter the further you go. Ahead, some of the trees around here open into a larger swampy clearing, and in the center stands a circle of ritual stone. They are tall and close set. The whole place feels very heavy and solemn, and even your voices kind of seem out of place here as you get closer, like they are muted and small, like muffled. It's not actually happening. That's just how the atmosphere feels. And as you continue your approach, you catch the smell of sweet plant decay, and you hear a heated voice on the wind as you get a little closer and see two silhouettes begin to take shape. And you see an older man on the ground with his hands up, and who you now know to be Jiren, standing over him. And he says, "Your cult was nothing but a lie, Demorthin. Your so-called sanctuary has nothing to do with Gluta." And you see he grabs Daorn and drags him closer to the center of these ritual stones. And he says, "See for yourself and accept this truth you rejected 50 years ago." And you see Daorn is confused and is saying, "Vertzal? How is this possible?" Jiren continues. And as you get closer, you see it's as if Jiren is like shifting and almost like he has blur image on him for a second, and then it snaps back. And he says, "It's most ironic, old man. By killing me, you let my experiences rot. And they eventually gave birth to monstrous creatures. If you had let me work, I could have cleansed this valley from the pestilence and offered Varn's people a better future." And you hear Daorn now, "Liar! Like your peers, you're only interested in the collection of flux and its trade, without a care for men and nature. If you had never disturbed the earth, none of that would have ever happened." And as you stand there, Jiren turns and makes eye contact and says, "Oh, witnesses. Good. I'm tired of arguing with a man who's built his faith out of other people's graves." See, eyes you all, and just tosses Daorn towards the center of these ritual stones. He says, "You smell it, don't you? The sweet rot in the air. That's not divine punishment. That's flux." And he looks back at Daorn and says, 50 years, Demorthin! 50 years of your sanctuary while the valley decayed. How many babies coughed themselves hollow? How many hunters vanished? You called it Gluta's will so you wouldn't have to look at your own hands. What do you do?
I don't know whose side to take.
I don't know whose side to take either, but my gut instinct says that in the center of that, whatever he just threw Diorn into, I'm nervous about spilling blood there. That might be nothing, but I've seen quite a few movies, and I feel like spilling blood in a sanctuary in the middle of some circles like that, I don't know what's gonna come out.
As you all kind of just like look at each other, uncertain what to do, you see Daorn looks over and says, "Please, don't listen to this thing wearing his skin. I know what you're seeing. I know what it sounds like. But spirits lie the way lungs breathe. It is their nature to cling." Yes, there is a wound in the earth here. I thought I was protecting the veil, and instead we made a martyr, as he points to Jiren. You want this to end? It ends with him. Destroy this spirit, and the rot starves. The creatures lose their source.
I don't
I,
want to wait.
Jiren, what
you,
happened? Why are you doing this?
As you say that, you hear two voices come out of Jiren's mouth, kind of almost oddly harmonizing with each other. It sounds beautiful at first, and then it's slightly terrifying. And he says, "Justice. Not superstition, not a ritual cleansing where the guilty get to feel holy again. He butchered men and women who asked questions. He fed them to the rotting soil and called it protection. He used the war as a means for his evil deeds, for his slaughter."
Why did he call you
um,
Verzel?
I am Vertzal. He murdered me 50 years ago and buried me in the ground.
So
Hid.
then how are you here?
How am I here? And you
Right.
watch as Jiren's mouth opens and you see this blue light jump out of his mouth and into yours.
Oh, great.
And you
Ew.
feel, I need a mental resistance roll from you as this occurs to you, as your veins start, it's like being electrified almost, or like all of your limbs have fallen asleep and are that tingly. And he shows you as Vertzal's spirit possesses you. As this happens, you all see Jiren just, there's still like a light in his mouth, and he's just still. It doesn't seem like Vertzal's spirit has entirely detached from Jiren. But as he does this to you, what was your mental resistance roll?
I add my dice to what it says for mental resistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 17.
17. Okay. Take 4 hardening points as you are witnessing and experiencing this from the perspective of Vertzal 50 years ago. You are in your lab with fossil flux in your hands, refining it with, you see so many other lab technicians around. It seems like a very clean process. There's nothing shady occurring here. It's truly just refinement of this type of flux. And you are working, and it shoots between another image of Daorn approaching and telling you that you need to get out of here. You need to stop doing what you're doing. You are damaging the culture of this land. You are harming the people by bringing this here to us. And you then see Vertzal kind of cleaning out some of his laboratory and bringing it to a place with ritual stones. And in the center of those ritual stones, there's a trap door, and he enters it. As you go down as Vertzal, you see a different little makeshift lab. Like he was trying to keep his work safe as you get flooded with memories of men being murdered, war coming to the Magentus ruins, to the laboratory, the original laboratory. And as Vertzal is trying to escape from this, Daorn is there, and Daorn kills him. And with a knife to his throat, slits his throat, and has 2 other marauders drag his body to this area that you're in and bury it. And your spirit rests for a moment, and then angrily, and then coming back and seeing, and all the brown earth and pestilence growing and growing out of the rage of Vertzal. And then one day it becomes too much, and the rest of the valley tries to stop it, and Vertzal haunts and possesses Jiren. That's where you are.
Is Verizal Gluta?
Nope.
Okay.
As
While
he
I'm possessed,
go ahead.
sorry. While I'm possessed, would I have felt or experienced what his intent for the fossil flux research and refinement was?
Yes. And it's simply the advancement of knowledge, of learning, because fossil flux is one of the most rare types of flux to find. Finding pockets of it like this anywhere was amazing. It was shocking. It was like, wow, we can study it. Maybe we can, because you would know that the different types of flux in this world, some are like, they are as good as the people that use it for arcane, and a lot like for medicinal purposes or just advancing technology in a way that isn't necessarily harmful. Like the idea of fossil flux itself and it being discovered and harvested and learned about is the same as discovering quartz in a mine, somewhat. It's just there were no ill intentions from Veritzal to do this.
So I could possibly deduce that the fossil flux was corrupted, or at least its effects on the nature around us was corrupted by the rage of being murdered by Deeren.
Yeah. That is
Okay.
the conclusion you make. And as he shows you this and feels that as he feels understood by you, his spirit leaves your body and enters back into Jiren's.
Well,
Are you
that
okay?
was
What happened?
different.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. It's hard to describe, but I now understand why Versal is so enraged. What he showed me
Hi.
of his memory and his history while he was still alive, he was a scientist. He wanted to understand fossil flux, and Deeren murdered him for his own purposes. And the rage that built in Versal's spirit is what created what we're seeing in this brown earth phenomenon.
He's mad that he got murdered? There's,
I mean, I feel like I would be too.
I feel like that's most ghosts. Why does he have the ability to corrupt the earth like this out of his rage?
It could be because of the prevalence of the fossil flux in the area. Maybe it, or the proximity to Gluta's sanctuary, if there's a tie-in there. Their spirits just may be more powerful in this area for that reason. I am not a scientist.
Thank you, Arvin.
So what do we do? Do we kill him, or do we?
Do we
I don't
kill
think
his
killing
spirit or do we
anything
kill a
here.
person?
Yeah, because if we kill Deeren and treat him as Verzal was treated, do we create another vengeful spirit and this brown earth phenomenon just grow?
Deeren, however you say his name, Deeren?
Daorn is
Daorn,
yeah.
Daorn.
Daorn,
No,
sorry.
you're good. I know it's a bunch of names.
Has he heard all of this? He's heard everything. He knows that she knows, and
Yeah,
like
you're saying it
he
out
can
loud.
hear the
He's
understanding. Okay,
he's hearing
so
you.
he knows this is his fault.
But he probably doesn't see it that way.
I don't
As
think that it
you
is his fault.
say that, Daorn speaks up and says, if his cure worked, if the fossil flux was going to end the brown earth, why hide it under a trapdoor? Why keep it secret? Why build it where no one could question him?
Because you forced him out of his original labs.
You
What?
don't understand.
So
What
I
aren't
guess
we
I'm
understanding?
Varn
help us.
Explain your side then.
Varn is tired and hungry and frightened, and if you bring this here, and he like holds his hands out towards Jiren, referring to like Magents in its entirety. If they here learn that their faith was built on nothing, they will become desperate, and desperate people don't make careful choices. I am trying to protect the people of Varn.
But by doing so, you made things so much worse for Varn. Can't
Yeah,
you
your
see
choice
that?
to kill him wasn't very careful.
Your
Then-
hatred of something you don't understand, like, caused this.
Then go down with me. I will show you the stone. I'll show you what it does, and I will help you break it. If you destroy that stone, it destroys him, it destroys the spirit, it destroys the possession. I have lived 50 years with the taste of blood in my prayers. Don't let a ghost make you drink from the same cup.
Whetstone?
What'd you say?
Whetstone?
Stone?
He was pointing down to like the trap door, and you see now the center area, there is a trap door there. And you recall, this appears to be where Vertzal would have moved his lab to try to keep it safe beneath the ground here.
So from my recollection of his memories, would I know what the stone he's referring to is?
Fossil flux.
Just a stone, like just a solid mass of fossil flux.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredibly
Let's see it.
difficult.
Vertzal speaks up and says, I don't need any of you to like me. I need you to decide whether murder gets to wear a mask and call itself faith. We're going to take a little break here while you guys ponder on what to do. We're about an hour in. Give me about 5 minutes.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I don't know, guys, because this is feeling very, I mean, as everything nowadays, but it feels very pot calling the kettle black kind of thing, you know? Like,
Yeah. Like, he murdered me. I want to murder him back.
yeah, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind kind of stuff.
Exactly.
It's something where
Oh,
it's
why?
like, I don't necessarily see either side as bad. I just see if roles were reversed, same thing probably could have happened, you know? Like, oh, my gut, I don't know. This is
Yeah,
fate,
the
but
tough-
my gut says I don't like this.
Yeah.
In what way would the understanding, like the greater scientific, I guess, understanding of flux entering into the consciousness of the mages, would that destabilize them? Like, I'm trying to figure that part out. Why that would have made them irrational or potentially violent.
Also, I would like to know, how did Daorn find this secret passage?
Mm.
Was it just luck, or did someone tip him off, or
Mm.
I don't know.
I'm just
It
sad
makes
because I
me
got all these
sad.
little, yeah,
My
got
gut
all
feels
these plants and I don't have anybody to give them to.
So you have all these plants?
Yeah, that I collected on my travels. Actually, no, I probably don't have them anymore because we just had a time loop moment.
Oh, those. I thought you meant in real
Yeah,
life.
I'm like, I collected all these to give to a spirit, and lo and behold, no spirit. What's that about? All right, I'll be right
It's a
back.
different spirit.
I also wonder how Gluta possibly plays into all of this.
Ties in, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what I was wondering at first when she was saying how, like, that's why I asked if this was what caused Gluta. Like, I was like, when the world, the marsh and everything started rotting after Verzal was killed, I was like, is that what Gluta is? Is just, like, everyone thinks it's the spirit, but really it's just an angry, a vengeful spirit or something that's rotting the
Right.
land? But that's
Well,
not.
and Daorn made mention of the brown earth before he killed Verzal. So I'm just wondering if like the brown earth was like
Yeah.
started to happen during the refinement and the excavation of the fossil flux, but got worse with Verzal's vengeful spirit being present.
Right. That's a good question. I didn't
I
even think about that.
think like reading the activity report, like I think that the bigger the chunk of fossil flux is, the worse the brown earth gets. So like
Right.
these little spots are just like shards. That's basically what he's saying in that activity report. It says the
Okay, yeah.
such a clue indicates that there must be other pockets of fossil flux, and that our discovery was but a fragment of these. So
Yes.
like there's small little pockets, and then in this location he has a significant chunk
Yeah.
of the fossil flux, so
It's
therefore it's
almost
worse.
it's almost like they both are just like the Demorthans and the Maginists or whatever are like just misunderstanding each other as well. Because in one of the activity reports it says he cannot stand that the fossil flux we have discovered may be at the origin of what he considers to be a manifestation of the spirit Gluta. So the fossil
Yeah.
flux has something to do with the origin of Gluta.
Like if her sanctuary
Or
is built where there's an even larger chunk.
Yeah.
yeah, and they're
Like,
mistaking that. They could be mistaking that the effect that the fossil flux has as the
mhm.
spiritual
My
deity or whatever.
if this was real, my brain always tries to find like a middle ground, and I just it feels like one of those things where if they both could have just like figured out how to work together, like you could have like the earth and nature, but you could also have the help of like science to help take care of that. It's kind of like with nowadays, like some people are like technology is the worst and nature's the best and vice versa, but it's like I feel like there needs to be some harmony because they can both benefit each other.
So we need to find some psychedelic mushrooms, make them both eat them.
And we'll all just bond. Oh, this is so
Yeah,
difficult. My
it
brain is
is.
like I went from not knowing what the hell is going on, and then all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, everything is just like flash forwarding into my head at light speed.
Right. Yeah.
And trying to figure it out is difficult.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ian's just a shooty boy. He doesn't have any opinions on Demorthin or Magians.
Well, that's
Magians.
yeah, like my grandma was a Demorthin, and I know she tried to train me in the Demorthin ways, but I just wasn't interested in it. So I don't have any bonuses to any like Demorthin mysticism or anything like that. But
Yeah,
I
I don't
feel like
either.
I feel like I should know I should at least have some memories of like maybe some things my grandma passed down or like talked about, and maybe I feel like maybe something would come to my mind that could be like, oh, I remember her telling me folklore once of this, and but off the top of my head right
Yeah.
now I don't know any of that. Oh,
Yeah, I have
I don't want to
none.
kill the wrong
So,
person.
right? Well, and again, like we went back to, an eye for an eye and all that stuff, like I think that
Right?
adding another like spirit possibly of somebody that feels like they were, killed unjustly because they were just doing what they
Mhm.
felt was best will only exacerbate
It's
the
worse,
situation
yeah.
we find ourselves in right now. Yeah.
Is there anything special about his pendant, his necklace,
His
his
pendant
amulet?
is the pendant of Ogam, which is like a Demorthan. I don't want to say god, but it's very common to see them wear. It's part of their religion.
Okay. I don't know why my brain was like, I wonder if that's like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so confused.
So much
feels like
coming at us at once.
it feels like when you're watching a show or something where there's like someone shapeshifted as the other person and they're like, I'm the real one, kill him. No, I'm the real one, kill him. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
This is a Doctor Who episode. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, with all of this, like time travel, but not time travel, dream travel,
Yeah. I pull out my sonic screwdriver.
I'm being pulled into the ground and we just wake up watching a movie of us. Like, I'm so confused.
Are we ready?
I mean, you heard us? Do we sound ready?
What does ready
here,
mean?
Quick question. Maybe not, but because my grandma, I was talking about how my grandma was a Demorthan, and she tried to teach me the Demorthan ways, but I wasn't interested. Is there anything potentially that, like, now hearing all of this and being told memories of stuff, is there anything that potentially would pop in my head to, like, I don't know, just kind of give me a glimpse into this so that I can have some more understanding, or like some sort of folklore that potentially sticks out that I'd remember, or just like anything my grandma would have said about maybe Daorn or anything like that?
So, where you would have been raised, Daorn wouldn't have... Give me a Demorthan Mysteries roll.
I have nothing to that, so let's come
Because
on
you
then.
weren't interested in it, might I
I
remind
know,
you.
that's why I'm wondering if maybe something just jogged my memory suddenly. Oh, I got a 9. I got a 9.
You got a 9. All right. So having not been interested in the Demorthan Mysteries, despite that, as a young child, of course, your grandmother would be like, okay, it's time to do our, whatever. Daorn, you would not really know.
Yeah, I guess a new area. I forgot about that.
I don't know.
Did she ever tell me anything about like the flux, or like the magents or anything? Like, did she ever talk negatively about it? Said it was evil.
I'm not
anything
sure
like
that she would have talked negatively about it, but more as, we don't touch this stuff. Like,
Okay.
this is bad. And and then, as you would get older and grow up, and you use flux. That's what powers
Well, yeah, I was gonna say,
your
isn't that my
lantern.
Nebular?
So I would think that
My
you would
grandma hate me then?
actually have a more either neutral, or like you personally would have a either more neutral or positive relationship with flux, because you're like, this is just something that simply powers this lantern. I don't need to worry about a torch. Like, so I
Right,
think
okay.
that's probably where your brain would go, but unfortunately on a 9.
That can also explain why maybe I am feeling torn, because obviously I grew up in more Demorthan type roots, but I also see the positives of the flux. Oh no. I'm no help, everyone.
Jiren, possessed by Vertzal, and Daorn are looking at you all.
And what does Daorn want to do? He wants to show us...
Daorn wants to kill
Flux.
Vertzal, which would mean killing Jiren.
Right.
Vertzal
And in order
slash...
to kill him, we have to destroy the stone
this
downstairs?
is what Daorn is telling you.
Okay, that's what... Oh, okay. Okay.
And Vertzal slash Jiren want vengeance.
Ugh. How do we please anyone?
Viren or Veritel, whatever you want to go by. What is your intended outcome? You just want Bjorn to die? That's it? Something that is corrupting every part of the land around us is coming from you because you want to kill one man?
As you say that, he repeats again, justice. It's not just for me. He murdered hundreds of men and women. He murdered everybody in my laboratory and used the war approaching as an excuse for it. So it's not just because of my death. It's the death of everybody I knew, loved, worked with.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
If you will not make a
You're any
choice,
different from
I
my
will
people.
make one for you all. And as he says that, you watch as Daorn grabs... Daorn says this. If you will not make a choice, I will make one for you all. And Daorn grabs onto his amulet and begins chanting. And the ground begins to shake
Oh no.
and rumble.
Ian's
Go
gonna
ahead.
run and tackle Daorn.
Okay.
Yep, me
I'm
too.
gonna join
I'm
you.
right. I see him start running. I follow.
Give me a... I'll take feats from all of you if all of you are just running to try to tackle Daorn.
I'm not
I'm
going
gonna
to.
go
Okay.
specifically for the amulet.
14. 15 if it accounts as an agility.
I'm gonna get closer to Bear
I got 14 as well.
Veritas. Sorry, I forgot to pull up my laptop notes again.
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna get closer to the ghost guy.
Okay. Sorry, what were the rolls?
14.
18.
18.
14, 15 if it counts as agility.
Okay. I would say here that Ian and Ildian, all the three of you rush up to grab Daorn. He is still chanting and the ground is still rumbling. Arvin, you make it up there and are fighting with his hands on the amulet and you rip it off. The other two of you hold him down as he continues chanting, and you see coming out of the swamp here, these humanoid shapes begin to rise out of it. You see 3 of them surrounding you all, and they begin to step forward to attack you. As
You're about to create another vengeful spirit, old man.
What have you
Could
done?
I tear a piece of blanket and shove it in his mouth?
Sure, yeah, you can do that real quick. Rip that off and just stuff it in his mouth. And the swamp creatures continue stepping forward. They appear slow. They are about 7 to 8 feet tall each, made of branches and mud and water, and are stepping forward. Liam, you said you were getting closer to Vertzal.
Yes, in case if he tries anything, I just want to be close to him.
You step close to him, and he looks and he sees Daorn summoning these creatures, and he makes eye contact with you, Liam, and says, I will protect you, as he steps forward, and you see a hole opens up in the ground, and a massive centipede shoots out of it, and is hovering there next to Vertzal, not attacking any of you.
PTSD.
PTSD!
Yeah, I was just thinking, we already
Yes.
watched our friend die to what?
Right next to Liam, too.
Yeah. I definitely take a step
Ildian.
back.
I would
Ildian,
like...
can you tie him up? And
I got rope.
Ian's gonna get his bow ready
Okay.
at the
Okay,
figures that are pushing towards us
if-
as well.
If Ildian is gonna tie Daorn up, I'm gonna draw my sword and get in between, wherever these creatures are. I'm gonna be in between Ildian and them.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start wrestling him to tie him up.
All right. You are tying up this old murderous man. Ian with bow ready. Arvin getting your positioning. Liam, anything else here? And then I'm going to ask for initiative, which again is just a d10 plus your speed.
It's all. Is it just
Sorry.
him? If he dies, will you stop all of this? Will you be at rest? Will you go?
I promise you, I will let this body free, unharmed, and this will stop. Give me initiative rolls, everybody.
17.
Oh, sorry, you just explained that. I thought you said it's
D10
just a
plus
D10
speed.
plus speed.
12.
Thank you. Oh. 15. Ah, I'm mad. Why is my gut instinct always to, like, I'm supposed to be someone who's, like, compulsive and, like, impulsive. Sorry, that's, yeah, whatever. And my brain is like, try and find the trap door.
What did you get for initiative, Arvin?
12.
12. And Liam?
It was 11.
11. Let me, real quick. Gotta get back to my dudes. We have 3.
Sorry, I was pointing into the camera.
Oh, you're good. 3 swamp creatures.
No, there was only 2.
1 giant centipede. Sorry, it's a little different because I don't got no maps.
But it's on our side right now, right?
Yes, the centipede is on your side
Currently.
right now.
Right
For
now.
now.
All right, we start with Ian.
What are you doing?
Ian's going to take the offensive stance and fire a shot at one of the figures. That's only a 15.
A 15 hits.
With the bow, 2 damage.
2 damage. You shoot your bow off and it sinks into this swamp creature. Still slow, still pushing forward. Is that all you'd like to do?
Yeah. He's gonna kind of be positioned a little bit in front of Ildian while she's trying to tie up Bjorn.
Ildian. It does not take a roll to tie up Daorn, but you do lose your attack action that round for it. You may move.
I will just place myself. I'll be in offensive, but actually no, I'm gonna be in defensive stance, and I'm just gonna kind of position myself somewhere where I can see anything coming at me and
Okay.
be prepared. And sorry, what did you say happened when Ian's arrow hit? Did it like do any damage or just
It's
sunk
hard to
in?
tell because it's made of mud and branches and earth and things.
Right. Okay.
It's hard to tell. Okay,
Okay, yeah, and I'll just stand like that and get ready.
Arvin, you are up.
How close are they to us? Are they within, like, swinging range, or do I need to move towards?
Approaching you. So, like, imagine you're on this, like, little central, where the stones are. You're standing in the center, and all around it is what's kind of like swampy land. They're pushing in from the outside of there, probably about 20, 25 feet away.
So I'm going to... So I can make it 2-1 and swing at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to make an offensive attack against whatever the closest one to me is.
Okay.
And that is a 17
Oh, yeah.
to hit.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and I'm gonna swing it to, like, try to... You said they're humanoid shape?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swing for, like, removing its head. And 3 damage is what my longsword is.
Okay. You swing, your sword goes into its neck, and you watch as it kind of, like, gets enveloped by everything it's made out of. still hard, and you can pull it off. The head does not remove. Hard to tell if damage was done. They don't seem to have any vocal cords.
Are they very wet because they're swampy?
Yes. They are very wet.
I hate this.
I hate this.
And I take us seeing this, can I also then take a step back to like assess what just happened, like what I just did to it?
Sure. You can do that. Give me Give me just a D10 and yeah, you can roll close combat. So you got a D10. Oh, but you used a sword, so it's D10 plus 11.
18.
18. As you like kind of step back and it's like stepping forward, you see that like the sword definitely cut through some of the branch that it is like made out of. You don't see any like blood pouring out of it. It seems like almost gelatinous cube-like, but made up of swamp material. But not quite gelatinous cube, just kind of like suction in with a hit. And you broke some branches, it does look like, and released.
Okay, so go for the legs is what you're telling me. Got it.
All right. From there, it is Verdzal's turn, and he closes his eyes and like brings his hands close to his chest, and you watch as the massive centipede like scurries. Well, yeah, they got so many legs, right? Forward, and is going to attempt to wrap around Daorn. You watch as it starts to kind of make its way around Daorn, around his waist. It's not as massive as the centipede you saw in the ruins. It's still pretty big, and it currently is wrapped. So Daorn is tied up with rope and also wrapped up with the centipede. But you see as the centipede like contracts its bug muscles and is squeezing Daorn.
We don't want to kill him.
You say we don't want to kill him, and Verzel's eyes kind of glow blue, and he's just speaking outward, not even looking at you, and says, "Justice must be done. If we don't kill him, what happens?" And that is Verzel's turn. It is now time for the swamp creatures.
Kill me.
Kill me.
Not me.
The one in front of you, Arvin, is going to step forward, and you see it has these long claws. It does look like wood, but they are all sharpened to like a fine point, and is going to try to just shove its hand into your chest. That is a 17. I do believe that gets you, and they do
Yeah.
Sorry, how much damage do they do? I don't remember. You take 4 damage points. Another one steps forward towards you, Ildian, and is going to try to do the same thing. That is a 14. You were defensive. Does that still hit you?
My defensive is 14.
Ah, means it beats it. You also take 4 points of damage.
And that just means I check off like 4
4
of the
bubbles.
good, right? Okay.
Yep, 4 bubbles down the line.
Oop.
Ooh.
You know what though? I'm actually happy to finally start getting some damage. So. Guys, I think I'm too good.
You take off the protection number from that damage, or is it?
Oh yes.
How it
Who?
works?
Yes.
I had 2 protection.
Oh,
I have 4.
okay. So then
So do I only take 2
you
damage?
take 2. Arvin, you take none, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Good, we need you. You're the strong one.
she got a shield. So instead of that happening, you react with your shield, and it's long spear fingies go into your shield instead. The third swamp creature steps up behind you, Ian, and does a 14 hit?
Oh yeah.
Four.
That's an offensive. Oh, 10.
Do you have any protection?
I have 2 protection.
Okay, so you take 2
but
points.
I'm in bad.
Ooh, you take 2 more points as
Oh, buddy.
you feel these stab into your back through your leathers. And it is Liam's turn.
He's such a pacifist. Because of that conversation that he had, he isn't going to try and stop um uh the ghost from killing the old guy, Varitsol.
Hmm.
I'm not going to try and stop Varitsol. And I'm just going to call out to him instead. I'm going to get into defensive position,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to call out to him. You know Tarrant.
You're saying this to Veritsal?
Yes, while they're fighting.
You say, do you know Tarrant? And he says, I know what you did to him.
Me? And that's all he's got.
Okay. It is Daorn's turn. Now being constricted by a centipede and tied up with cloth in his mouth. Cannot do a damn thing.
Good. You've done enough.
And we're back up with Ian.
After just being stabbed in the back, he's gonna kind of turn. Gonna take a quick slash with the short sword.
Okay.
It's probably not gonna be great. I think it's 11. The short sword attack is only 6. So.
To the swamp creatures,
I
that
rolled a 5. Yep.
does hit.
The one. Okay, so he's gonna swing around and take a swipe at the one that attacked him in the back, and then he's going to quickly backpedal. He's got 9 speed now, taking that quick
Okay.
fighting attitude, and backpedal kind of to somewhere where he can get a holding, so either behind one of the altars or a boulder or something that
Okay.
is more cover, essentially.
Yeah, these stones here, and you know what? I think I failed you guys because I have this picture that I didn't show you. So there are those large, so you can certainly stand behind one of those. Okay. Ildian!
I just want to clarify. Like, Verizal believed that draining the pockets of flux would get rid of the pestilent brown earth, right?
Yes.
Did he have reason to believe that?
I would say I mean, I think it's like slightly discussed in some of the documents that you all found, but just by way of his research and removing it from the earth he was in the process of like discovering a cure for it by way of refining the fossil flux and removing it, and then he was never able to finish that because he was murdered.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna yell to Daorn. I'm gonna turn to look at him. Versal believed that he could cure the Earth by draining the flux. Did you even know if that was a possibility before you started deciding this was bad and you had to kill him? And then I'm gonna, like, do a barrel roll over to one of these creeper guys.
Okay.
And I'll take my standard fighting stance. Or no, offensive. And I'm gonna take a swing.
Take a swing.
17.
Oh yeah. How much damage you do?
That's just right beside my sword, right? So 2.
2.
Not much, but it's something.
Okay. Anything else?
Can I, like, I don't know how it works with the fighting stances, but can I take a defensive stance after my swing?
Yeah.
Before going on to the next turn? Okay.
Sure.
I'll go into defense.
Okay. Arvin.
I'm gonna swing at its legs.
Swing at the legs. All right, go for it.
Is 20.
Fuck.
Nice.
All right,
And the
you
longsword does 3.
take a swing at its legs, and you see that your sword does stick down here, and you see branches that you slice through. It doesn't take off the leg entirely, and you are able to get your sword back out, but you do see it's now like standing with a fucked up leg, and it doesn't appear to like be itself. That's the only way I can describe what that is. Itself back together. Okay.
So every
Simplified.
time I swing, I'm taking half a step back and raising my shield back up because I'm like trying to figure out what it is I'm fighting and how I can get it down so it's not a threat anymore.
Okay. All right. With that, it is Veritsal's turn. At the mention of Tarrant and bringing that up, you see that the centipede somewhat relaxes on Daorn and is still around him, but you see it's like slowly starting to move off of him. Veritsal is going to step forward with you see he pulls out a sword and is going to take a swing at one of the swamp creatures. He rolled a 14. And that is his turn. It is now the swamp creatures.
Yay.
Going after Arvin. Does a 14 hit. I keep rolling 14s.
Yeah.
Okay. But with your shield up, you take no damage. If only... that's the one thing about this game is like everything is... they don't do any more than 4 damage. So that's exactly
please tell me your
what...
health
That's
isn't
weird.
insane, though.
Yeah.
One is going to walk up to you, Liam, and take a little swing with having Ian behind a stone and Ildian. I believe that's what you did as well. Does a 13 hit you, Liam?
It is not. I said I was in
Because you were in defensive
defensive mode.
stance.
I
You
know.
just... Damn. You can't touch me.
It was so cool.
Matrix moves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Another one is
Gangly little Leon.
going to go for Veritsal, who is Jiren. And that does hit. Liam, it is your turn.
Okay. For the first time in a long time, he finds it in himself to be mad. I think. I didn't hurt him. I never did anything. I don't even know where he's at. Like, what do you mean? I need to know.
I saw through your eyes, and as he says that, you kind of begin to understand that not only was Virtsal haunting, well, Virtsal has possessed Jiren, but throughout all of this, you all have in some way been haunted by Virtsal's ghost as well. But you begin to understand, seeing your brother in the ruins, all of that was Virtsal, but your brother was actually there. And Ian did shoot an arrow through your brother's throat, and he did die. Virtsal is referring to Ian killing him, having you not known. And as you're saying this, and with the centipede relaxing on Daorn, you can kind of make the assumption maybe Virtsal wasn't aware that you didn't know that that was your brother.
I look up at Ian. Massive gape, horror flooding me, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. It is Daorn's turn. He is still bound. He still has cloth in his mouth. He genuinely can't do anything, although Ildian, you talk to him, and so his turn is just... And Ian, it's your turn.
All right. So, from behind the stone, I'm gonna take another shot with the bow at I'd say the one that's going after Liam. And seeing that that was the one attacking me, and now it's turned its gaze to Liam. So
Correct.
And I am gonna take the offensive stance since I have 12.
12. That does hit.
All right, 2 damage.
You see, the arrow is sticking out of this creature, and it has kind of slowed down, and it seems like parts of it are now starting to like slough off. Still barely up.
Okay.
Are you moving or staying?
I'm gonna stay behind my cover spot.
Ildian, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to go into offensive. I'm gonna take another swing at the guy in front of me. 16.
That'll do it.
Okay, so 2. And then I'll switch to defensive again, and I'm gonna yell to Verisol this time. Verisol, how can you be so sure that clearing the pockets of flux could help the Earth? And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Arvin.
I'm gonna raise my shield in front of me and hold my sword above my head, and I'm gonna push, like, kind of ram the one in front of me and see if I can, like, upset its balance, and then bring my sword down on top of it.
Okay. Give me a close combat roll first.
That is an 18.
An 18. With your shield forward, you pick up the pace and ram into. You are successful in knocking it down. Give me your attack roll.
22.
Holy shit. All right. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Describe how you are able to obliterate this first swamp creature.
Yeah, okay.
As my sword comes down, it hits where the neck and shoulder meet, and it just cleaves straight through, snapping whatever branches are holding it together in the center mass. and it just kind of rumbles into pieces and muck at my feet.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens.
Nice.
All right. Good turn.
And then I'm going to turn towards the other two and try to assess which one I should take out first.
Sure, give me a perception check. I'll let you do that.
You're all cocky now. You're
All
like, which one am I
cocky
going to kill next?
Who is next?
That's an 11.
Who's next?
An 11.
Let's go!
You see that both of them seem to be kind of at the same... It doesn't really make a difference which one you hit, it seems like. Okay. That was Arvin. Ildian, you said Vertzal. How can you be so sure it was the fossil flux, right?
Mm-hmm.
He whips around at you and says, "How dare you fucking offend me?" And you watch.
I didn't think asking a scientist to show his work would be such a big deal.
If this sorry, I'm just
How
like,
dare
I'm
you.
just sitting here like, show his work. What about everything you read?
He wrote letters. Like, that doesn't actually show the science behind why he believes it would save the Earth. That's all I meant. I trust him.
Where's your dissertation?
I just want him to explain it so that the old man can hear it from his mouth. That was my intention. I apologize.
He says,
sensitive.
"You want me to show you? I'll show you." And the centipede is going to try to eat Daorn's head.
How is that going to show Daorn that he was wrong? Goodness. Vengeful spirits, I tell ya.
That is
You
a
meet one, you meet all.
13
Oh my god.
as
I
this
just killed this old man.
massive centipede comes down towards Daorn's head. You see light coming out. So he's got rope wrapped around him, right, everywhere tied up, but his amulet is still here and it starts glowing a bright golden hue as the centipede tries to come down, and it like screeches back as this light kind of burns it slightly, and its like little antenna things are slightly singed as it reels back.
So was I right? I'm sorry, off the table. Was I right then? Is that amulet a piece of flux?
Um,
Because in one of the papers it said when plants and whatever touch it, that they like shrivel up and coil back.
you do not know.
Okay.
Swamp creature at you, Ildian, is a 16.
At me?
Please, at you.
Okay, sorry, and I'm in defense. Yep, so that does hit.
And you have 2, so you take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Second swamp creature. Is going to try and attack Liam. It's a 13, Liam. Can't
I dodge
fucking
again.
hit Liam. Liam's just like there serving Aura, like what the fuck, dude? Like fuck.
Yeah,
Aura and
I'm
just
refusing to get
talking.
hit.
It is your turn, Liam.
I'm gonna go to Veritsal and return, like, the body. And I'm just gonna grab him by the lapels and shake him and said, "This was a loop. Make it happen again so I can save him. You can do it. I know you can. I'll help you next time. I promise. I'll help you in whatever it is you need. Just loop this one more time."
Give me a... I suppose a relation roll. Liam. Give me relation, but so you have a +3. I would like you to add another 3 on top of that. So +6.
6, 12.
12. You say, this was a loop. And try to convince Vertal to reset it. With your hands on him, shaking him here, as his eyes are still kind of glowing this like muted blue and looking down at you, Liam, very close to each other's face. You kind of get a flashback for a moment of the like massive humanoid insectoid thing that walked right up to you and then ripped your guts out of your body. And like see a very brief like familiarity. Vertal raises his hand up to your face and puts it on your cheek and says, some things cannot be undone. And walks away from you towards Daorn.
I fall to my knees, and that's my turn.
Oh. God, why do I always make shit so fucking sad? Anyway,
Why?
where am I at in initiative order? I'm on Daorn. Okay. With Daron's mouth still bound, he looks at you, Ildian, and you see the light is kind of glowing from the amulet, still just kind of pulsating. And he like looks at you, pleading to like get this out of my fucking mouth. Is what you pick up from him.
As someone, I'm gonna get you to direct me here because I am very empathetic and intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Does my intuition say I should trust him right now to take it out?
Go ahead. Roll a d10 plus 8.
Ooh. 16.
16. You would have watched Vertal walk up to Liam and like have a very brief, intimate moment for a second and then begin walking towards Daorn. And Daorn is kind of looking at you with eyes wide. You don't know. What you do pick up on here is that Vertal is going to kill Daorn in the next round if he isn't stopped.
I don't know if I want that. And this is my turn right now.
No, it's Daorn's.
It
No,
was
okay.
Daorn's turn. So
So I can't
Da-
even grab it anyway.
Correct. Daorn. Sorry, I just got a little off the rails there. Daorn his turn is spent looking at you and trying to communicate through his pleading eyes to remove the shit from his mouth. We are at Ian.
So Ian, noticing that Versal is now like actively looking at Daorn, he's going to take a shot at the leg of Versal to try and slow him down and dissuade him from interacting with Daorn.
Okay.
Still in the offensive. Got 15.
15. A 15 hits, and you get him right like in the hamstring as he's walking towards Daorn, and you hear a scream out of Jiren. You've been hearing Vertal's voice this entire time, but the scream you hear is Jiren's scream as you get him in the leg, and he kind of stops for a moment as Jiren seems to like regain control for a moment because of the pain you just put him through.
So we just beat the shit out of him.
Don't let him get to Daorn.
Okay. Ildian.
That's it.
I really don't want to mess up. Okay. I'm looking at the old man, I'm looking at Verzal, I'm looking around. I don't know what to do. My instincts are off for once, and that usually doesn't happen to me. But what I do know is there's been enough bloodshed. So I'm gonna look at Daorn. I'm gonna like bend, because I'm near him, right? For him to be making eyes at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna like crouch down to him. And I'm If I take this out, there better not be any more bloodshed. There's been enough of that. We all just want what's best. You need to understand that. And I will pull it out of his mouth.
Okay. You pull it out of his mouth, and he just looks at how he's bound up. Please, I promise.
If you screw us over, old man, I'll kill you myself. And then I'll, like, cut the ropes off of him.
Okay. All right.
My heart's pounding, y'all.
Arvin, it's your turn.
Where is the swamp creature in conjunction with Ildian?
Not too. This is a pretty close area that you guys like. There's only 2 left, and each are only within like 10 to 15 feet of you all, kind of here in the center.
Yeah. So I'm going to raise my shield and charge at that one. Would that also put me in between where Versal and Daorn are?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I position myself? Okay, so I'm going to charge at the swamp creature with my sword raised.
Okay. Give me a
Did you?
close combat for charging.
Okay, 15.
Okay. Successful. Knock this branchy bitch down. Go ahead and give me another attack.
That's... My math is so bad. It's 13 plus 8. 21.
21. Arvin fucking knocking these bitches out once again does the same shield charge and stomps their fucking face in. There's one swamp creature up. And it is...
And I'll
Go ahead.
I'll position myself to, like, kind of be in between Versal and Daorn so that if there is conflict there, I'm going to try to prevent it from coming to physical attack.
Okay. With that, it is Versal's turn with an arrow in his leg. You heard Jiren scream. Ian said, don't let him get trying to speak to Jiren. You see that Versal pushes himself forward, like as if, again, like you can see the spirit face snapping out from Jiren and back into his face, and he stands up and takes several steps forward. He's still gonna go for Daorn. Arvin, you may get in the way, because that is what you were holding yourself for, and he is getting in your way. You're like stepping right in front. What do you do? Because Versal is not stopping.
So, shield raised. I'm gonna hold my sword at him and tell him to stop and see if we can figure something out where no one else has to die. Like, we want to save our friend. We want to be able to help him be at peace and figure out what we can do with Daorn so that no more people are killed at his hand. I'm just going to hold ready. I'm not going to attack him.
Roll a d10 plus 5. 13. Versal puts his hand up, touches your shield, and begins to push you aside.
I'm going to push back.
Okay.
I was like, dang, he's strong.
We're gonna roll feats versus feats.
Okay.
Come on, feats.
You need to beat a 15.
I got a 19.
Fuck! Alright.
Hey,
Ace is literally just knocking
10.
bitches down.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
and that's 10 too.
I knew it by the way you reacted. I was like, I think she just got a 10.
Yeah.
As Vertzal pushes your shield, and this is like supernatural strength here, and you push back against it, you can feel your heart beating faster and
It's the power
faster.
of friendship.
Yeah.
As you push back, do you do anything else?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to attack him because I don't want to hurt Jiren.
Okay. I would like a speed roll from Liam, Ildian, and Ian. Everybody but Arvin. Just give me a speed roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'm scared. a speed roll. Okay,
Yes,
so that's just
D-
10 plus,
plus
D10
your
plus
speed.
plus my speed? Okay.
8.
You.
8. You're muted, Exalti.
I got a nat 10. I'm 19.
Exaltimore, you're muted.
14. Sorry.
14. Okay. Ildian with her natural 10. You watch as Arvin and Vertzal are in this like heated pushing against each other moment. You watch as Daorn stands up and begins to run towards Vertzal with a knife in his hand, but your speed beats his. What do you want to do?
Oh my god, don't put that on me. I literally thought to myself, I'm like, if this bitch tries anything, I'm gonna go for his neck. And now I'm like, am I
Literally
gonna do it? Am I gonna kill the old man myself? Oh,
Literally
no.
said, if you screw us over, I will kill you, old man.
I did! Oh my god, okay. Fuck! Well, guys, I have some insanity kind of stuff happening, which makes me a little more impulsive. So,
Oh my god.
I see this and oh, I'm so torn. Do I go for a killing type of blow or do I just go for something I know will wound him?
Go with your
Oh
gut.
god.
Go with your gut.
Go with your gut!
Oh, I'm so mad. You know what? Okay, fuck it. My gut. I'm gonna run up and I'm just gonna stab a friggin' my short sword right through his neck.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh god. I'm shaking. Don't do this to me. Oh, 17.
17. Ildian, please describe how you murder Daorn.
Oh my god. I'm so mad. Okay. I picture it kind of like I'm going out to like clothesline him. but there's a short sword. That's gonna, and he's just gonna run right into it, and he'll drop to the ground, and I'll just kind of stand there like, oh my gosh.
Oh
What did I
my
do?
gosh. So fast. Don't think we've ever seen Ildian move so fast, but acting impulsively, as she does, runs forward and takes Daorn's head clean off. Arvin, you are still standing there pushing with Vertzal, and immediately, like, you stumble forward because he releases all and just stands there. And you see, he says, I'm sorry it was this, but it was the only way. And his mouth opens and this blue light that you saw before enter yourself goes up into the sky and just dissipates. And then you see Jiren now standing there, breathing heavily, shaking, and just starts sobbing uncontrollably, standing there, looking at you, just like tears falling, cannot contain them, does not say anything. And the centipede has disappeared. Swamp creatures are gone.
I'm just
Daorn
gonna,
is
like,
dead.
drop down to my knees next to the old man, and I'm like quietly
This
weeping
is
to
not the
myself
music for this.
because I didn't want this, but I warned him.
I would crouch down to comfort Ildian and also see if we can retrieve that amulet, because that feels like
Yes.
a handy item.
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say someone grab the amulet. Oh my gosh, I'm crying. I feel so bad.
Big hugs.
Big hugs. So, Jiren is standing there. Amulet is easy enough to grab. There's no head. It just fell off with his head.
Jiren's bleeding from his leg.
Jiren is bleeding from his leg, but he is alive and incredibly traumatized.
Yeah. Ian's gonna walk up to Jiren and just check the wound and make sure that, try and get him fixed up to be able to at least walk and not bleed out.
Yeah.
Let me help you with that. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you too much.
Yeah, easy enough. You kind of just bandage it up a little bit, and he lets you work. He's just very much so in shock, but he manages to get out a very quiet thank you as you do that. What do y'all do now?
This is not the outcome I was hoping for.
You do know, I mean, you were hired to come out here and solve whatever was happening. You do believe you've maybe solved it.
We need to go down that trap door.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. Should go
Even if
down
there's nothing.
and do a final walkthrough.
Yeah. Let me put this in.
Do we search Daorn and see if there's anything else on him that would be beneficial for us?
Sure. Give me a little perception as you're looking at Daorn.
Well,
12. Other than that amulet, you don't find much on him. He had some traveling equipment, on his person, like a lantern and or a torch, but nothing about this. Going down the trapdoor.
Before we head down, Ian's gonna look over to Liam and, are you okay? Liam's just
He's
on
still on his knees.
his knees still. Yeah.
Yeah, trembling and not sobbing, but tears just kind of freely leaking on his face. And when you come over, I look over my shoulder at you, and I expected to feel only rage, but I walk to him, and I say, "You killed my brother." And I'm gonna wrap my arms around you and just to your shoulder.
Oh.
I did. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I know.
I was just trying to protect you. Sorry.
And I was just gonna say, shut up. Just hold me while I'm crying. Just shut up.
Let's try to get out of this. We have a lot to deal with when we get back.
And I was just gonna start walking down the corridor, following Arvin.
Okay. You, step down through this little trapdoor into this. It's not too large down here, but you do see like a makeshift laboratory. Some of the same things and equipment that you saw in the ruins, but, you know, smaller. You see like a much smaller vat, but you do see a large amber colored like crystalline stone on a metallic table in here, just kind of centered there.
Um, should we take it back with us?
I think we should.
I don't think it should stay here.
If Verzel's research was correct, at least that would help the land around here.
Can we look around and see if there's like notebooks or textbooks or anything that would give us any more information on what he was trying to do to accomplish clearing the land?
Give me a perception.
Can we all?
Yes.
16.
8.
10.
15.
On a 16, looking around, you see on some of the walls down here, like dead cocoons or like long rotted decay of whatever these like centipedes were. It does seem like some of that has overtaken this area down here. There are no more documents or anything that explains further Verzel's research, because he was murdered again before he could. What you have been able to find so far is pretty much the most recent and undamaged. Again, this was over 50 years ago, so time
Can we
and
inspect
decay.
his amulet that we took?
Sure. I can take a Demorthan Mysteries roll. Or just perception.
Well, I suck at Demorthan, so if someone else is good at that, cool, but I'll do a perception.
I'm good at Demorthan. That's my whole thing. The only reason I'm here.
14.
10. I rolled so bad.
Looking at this amulet, it is the symbol of Ogam. It's something you recognize that you had seen as a child, like in textbooks and stuff that your grandmother would have shown to you from Demorthan, texts and what have you. The fact that it seemed to have some type of power associated with it is mysterious. There is no answer, just inspecting it, of why it would do that. And even like both of you having some knowledge and experience in the Demorthan world, it's like it would be like you seeing any power come out of this thing would be like a Christian legitimately seeing an angel or something in real life.
Okay.
Like it is not common for actual proof of something to exist within, it's very nature based and just like of the land, but to actually see some power, mysterious and terrifying, a little slightly terrifying that came out of Daorn. And it's hard to tell if that was because of the amulet or if the amulet was just a tool and it was Daorn himself.
Cool. So I killed a holy man.
I mean,
a holy man that still couldn't heal the ground, though, so...
That F him.
All right.
Do we see any evidence of a connection with the Savellis?
You do not. You do not.
So we're just as confused.
So we take the stone back with you.
Yes.
To Varn's village. You begin your trek back there. I'm going to call it here. We're going to end here with you walking back to Varn's village with the stone in hand and a very traumatized and injured Jiren, a very somewhat traumatized Liam. I'm not sure. Liam seems to be trauma plus, like, understanding, and the rest of you. And we'll end it here.
Wait. So is that like the end? The end?
Yes. That is the end, the end. There is a
We
whole...
did it! We killed an old man!
Killed an old man.
I killed an old man and we don't even know if it's gonna fix anything?
I'm
Feeling
going...
in my tummy.
I'm gonna leave that open in the event we get back to this world and, like, actually do a real thing where we all understand the world better and...
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
And then, is that the one, like, you talked about this before, where you were thinking, like, maybe we'd make our own characters, and then would these characters be people we would come across, or would we come back to if just what you feeling now if we were to do it?
If we run this game for real, I would have you guys make your own characters that you are that's more suited to you. And yes, you would meet everybody else, and
so we could learn
out.
this lore.
Yes,
as new that's actually really cool.
Yes, that would be.
What if we like our character a lot, and I could just be like PM or something like that, or like PM? I don't know.
Also, for killing that old man, should I be taking some trauma or something?
Experience points.
I wasn't gonna do another mental resistance roll, but if you would like to do one, go for it. Give me one. Why not? Let's see.
Okay. Fuck yourself up.
I just wasn't going to because we were at the end, and I was like, well, I don't think you're gonna die at this point.
I got a 9.
Oh.
This is for the people.
Well, then you would probably take 4 trauma points.
Oh.
Which would put you up into
I'm into the syndrome.
Oh, and that would really make sense with
Right? So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, then if we ever come back and meet her, she's more traumatized.
She's damaged.
That's emotional damage.
Right before you went up and killed him, that was going to be my next. Because Liam was going to just like go up to the old man, like, a very like nonchalant and peaceful way, because everybody knows that he's nonchalant and peaceful. And then I was just going to put my knife and slit his throat.
Oh,
so you did it first, and I was like, thank God. That was going to be my next thing. I was like,
that actually makes me feel a little bit better too, because then at least I know someone else is going to do it if I didn't.
Yeah, there was a ticking clock, and it was going to end with me.
And Ildian,
everyone's
if it
just
makes you feel better,
be emotional and not fighting, and then you just kill an old man.
But Ildian, if it makes you feel any better, you probably saved my life.
That's true.
It does make me feel better.
Yeah, Darren was
and
gonna kill him.
He left. Verzal's maybe not grumpy anymore, so at least I know one of the old people.
If you want to know truly how this was straight out of their little prologue book, but the way it really is you were in reality stopped when you were in the ruins for the first time. The killing Tarrant was the trigger for reality to stop. And then you are in the hallucination of Verzal and being haunted by Verzal up until you went to the ruins again and see Tarrant killed again, and you are back in reality. So everything between those two moments in time was not real. None of it, it was all fake. None of it was real. Different pieces of it kind of like it was meant to be confusing in that way, but those were the two game triggers for reality to turn off and turn back on. And also Ace,
we stopped it.
Yeah. Ace, I also want to tell you, Ace, so if anybody had decided to kill themselves during the time when reality was not on, you would have died in a scene and eventually came back. You brought it up at the moment when killing yourself would have left you permanently dead. And I was like sitting here like, you should have done it earlier. Fuck. I was so fucking nervous.
We all just jump off a cliff. Okay, 3, 2, 1, everybody go. And then you just have to stop the entire game because we're so stupid.
Oh my god. I
Credits
was
roll.
like so happy that Listexia started asking, like, wait, are we? And I was like, how do I word this so that Ace doesn't kill herself right now?
I said it was a bad idea. I literally was like, hey, I have a bad idea.
Technically, I volunteered myself.
Literally
and said
trying
that
to
I
talk
didn't
her down
want
from
to try and kill
suicide.
myself,
Yeah.
So I would have been the one to tell everyone, no, you're not doing it, I'll do it. And then I would have died.
The game book literally is like, one of your players is going to consider killing themselves to get out of it. And if they do that, they only come back in this, in these scenes. I was like, fuck. But yeah.
The thing
How
that
funny.
made me think near the end, and this was so off base, probably, I mean, it's open-ended, I guess, but I just kept thinking about how that old man, like Diorn, was everywhere that we had been. Like, he was in the first vision that we had in the temple,
Mhm.
and then we woke
Yeah.
up and it was all weird, and he was in the village, and he said that he would come with us.
Mhm.
So, like, everything seemed to be centered around him, and I was like, it makes me think that you might actually be kind of bad without meaning to be bad,
Mm,
because you just so happen to always be here.
yeah.
And so that's what made me think, like, you know what, maybe it's not so bad if I kill him.
What really occurred there was you guys only went to the ruins one time in real life. And that one time you went there was with Daorn, Jiren, and that other warrior. And then once you were in there, the reality trigger, and then the rest it
Yeah.
was confusing as fuck.
Oh my
So
God.
were
Yeah.
we
So
were
cool.
basically reliving what happened
Mhm.
like before the ruins.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much. But in a
That's
twisted,
crazy.
not fake way. Irvin was with another person the whole time. He and that person stayed back at the temple back there, and Irvin was supposed to have obviously traveled with you through to the end of this. And what else? Oh, the Savelli's the whole story of the Savelli's being here, the book doesn't actually like really explain why. It's more of just someone is being haunted by Veritsol, and this is his way of attempting to show and lead you to the right place to figure out more info, and they just threw the Savellis in there. But that was the only mention of them, was going to the islet to find the map and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But all of my like weird theories near the middle of that, where you're just like, wow, you could not be more wrong right now. Where I was like, it's the swamp spirit, and he was possessing the Savellis to do this, and then they died. Like,
Yeah. The whole thing with Gluta was
no.
truly what Daorn had been doing was trying to create this cult following of Gluta in order to cover for his murderous actions. Gluta was not going to be a real thing at all. Gluta was not like a real spirit that was going to come out. He was just using the folk
So he
tale.
is kind of bad.
Yeah, Daorn was bad. Daorn was a bad guy,
Sounds
but
like
he
he
was
was real
thank
bad.
God.
he was trying to like manipulate you to
Yeah,
think
okay, like-
otherwise.
In his
High five,
mind, maybe it was
bestie.
for the right reasons, but it wasn't. Oh, nice. Thanks, guys. High five.
But I'm
Where I fell off
glad.
of him. Where I fell off of him was when he was talking about like his reasoning and him being like, "Oh, he was going to withhold the cure," and I said there were 100 million reasons for you to want to kill all of them. That is the only one that isn't valid. That's stupid. Every other possible reason to do this, I could think of 10 off the top of my head that I would have been like, you know what? You're right. Let's kill him. You didn't say a single one of them. It said one for the dumbest possible thing, and I said this man has to die.
This
He
man
can't
has to
possibly be an actual community leader because he does not give a shit about anybody except for like some weird delusion that he's having. Like this guy's insane, and he needs to be put down. Sorry.
Yeah, as soon as you said he started running with a knife, I was like, he is insane. He has a death wish. I told him I'd kill him.
I told him I'd kill him. You know
bad
what?
man.
But I'm glad you felt conflicted, because that was my entire goal. Running this was like, I just need them
It
to
worked.
to
It was
feel
a hard
upset
choice. Yeah.
about their
It
choice.
was.
So
Listening to it all,
Yeah,
I'm
that was
like,
fun.
nice. Both sides sound good and bad. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems a lot easier to defeat a human, though, than it is to defeat a spirit, so...
Especially a spirit that's inside a friend of ours.
Right? Yeah.
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 You don't need to kill
Kill
another
the old
friend.
bag.
That
Well,
was
thanks,
so good.
guys.
Good
Awesome.
job, lady.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So much
you.
fun.
Thank you. That was really good.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Glad all the confusion from session 1 made sense.
Made sense? Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Now,
Dude, trust me, when
Now
I
it
was
makes
reading this,
Around.
I was like, okay, I gotta remember that they don't actually know this yet, but I can put this in there, but they can't know that because then it would give it away. It was so crazy. But I did it.
You're just along for the ride.
You did a really good job with that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
We'll
Yeah,
be
you did an
back
excellent job.
next week for no, we won't be back next week. That is
No
not
stream.
no streamed. Never mind.
But we will be meeting next week.
For session 0 of Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
and then 2 weeks off-ish, I think, and then Cyberpunk for real. So,
Hell yeah.
thanks for playing, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go get some
Yeah,
food.
this was fun.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.